So what does that like look like? Like, how do you sell somebody like an $11,000 website? You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's where it kind of comes into like the price anchoring and like really kind of letting your designs sell for yourself. So kind of fast forward, like I did WordPress for a while. Then I started realizing that like WordPress plugins were complete crap. WordPress hosting was like super laggy. Like it just was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when I discovered a platform called Webflow, which
Yeah.
actually allows me to just design literally custom websites from complete scratch. And so that's kind of like a selling point that like, hey, I'm not going to use a theme from ThemeForest WordPress or themeforest.net, like the dude down the street, because if you have 50 people using the same theme, like it hurts with your SEO. I maybe made that up. I don't know if that's true. I doubt it. But I use that kind of my leverage. I'm going to build you a fully custom website on Webflow. Here's how long it's going to take me. Here's how much it's going to cost. Mm-hmm. And so I went from probably charging like $1,000 to $2,000 to $3,000 building WordPress sites with like themes, which is a great ROI.
Yeah.
But once I switched to selling fully custom websites, I went from selling anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000, and I usually don't get anybody to blink twice at some of those prices because I've let my previous work sell for me, and also kind of the price anchoring strategy, which I can talk about here shortly, that works tremendously for me.
That's so interesting. So there is a substantial difference between having a conversation with a client who has a problem, probably a website problem, conversions are bad, doesn't reflect their business, not on brand. Like I'm always surprised at how much a small business owner anchors their self-worth to a website. Like it just blows my mind because like that's just not how my brain thinks, right? Yeah. But that happens a lot. And if they have a bad website, they believe that's the number one reason why they're no longer successful. And you're coming in and saying it's going to look effing awesome. And it's going to accomplish like all your hopes and dreams and all that fun stuff. But are you going in saying ROI? Are you going in and saying phone calls? Is there a direct measure result to this? Or is it just literally like you're going to finally be proud of your website?
Honestly, like you would think you'd go in saying like, I'm going to give you an awesome ROI. You're going to get more leads. But I kind of took the approach like, I'm going to give you a sexy ass website.
Yeah.
And 90% of businesses, like they just want their stuff to look good. And they believe that when their stuff looks good, they get better ROI. Right. And it really kind of comes down to branding. And so when we would build them better websites and better branding around their entire thing, they realized like the business started going up because they looked more professional. It just looked like they knew what they were doing. Mm-hmm. And so it helped them kind of generate their ROI in themselves. And so I started realizing like, hey, I'm just going to build you a sexy website. Here's how it's going to help you. And then we kind of took the approach of like, it's just going to help you look better. It's going to help you, stand out from your competitor down the street. And when we would start building that, they would be like, holy cow, this is awesome. Like, thank you so much.
This is like the weirdest part for me, by the way. Like I come from like an analytics background, a finance background. I have like even like when I did marketing operations at Intel and Ericsson, it was like finance drives the numbers, right? Mm-hmm. But the weirdest part is that like when people talk about brand and PR and marketing, like they're anchored up to like $100,000. You can come in at like 11. They're like, this is a great deal. And I'm coming in saying like, what are you talking about? I'm getting 15 phone calls. They're like, I don't want that. Like it makes no sense, but you've tuned into like a real honest market of like people that just want the $100,000 treatment. And you're coming in and saying it only costs like $10 or $11 or $12,000, which is like so effing cool.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. Because like I said, you would think they'd be so ROI driven, and there are business owners that like don't give a crap how it looks; they just want their ROI. But if you look at like 99.59% of every single local business, their websites are complete crap. Yeah, like, they are terrible. So like selling to businesses is so easy on a new website because you can take it at so many different avenues of like, it's going to look better. It's going to help you generate more business. You can run ads to it. Like there's so many different traffic avenues coming in to that website. And especially like in today's age, like I don't go to a new restaurant without going to their website, looking at their menu and looking at some reviews and stuff like that. So like having those functionalities on a brand new kick-ass website helps tremendously for them.